Welcome to the Exposure. So, as many of you guys know, it's been well documented that Spac Nation pastor PT has been planning to go back to Nigeria for a while now. So, around summertime last year, he announced to his church that he will be going back to Nigeria for a mission. This is the words that was used, and that he would be going for a few months, along with a few members of Spac Nation. We also know that some members of his church are already in Nigeria. So, yesterday, you guys probably saw the screenshots from one of the WhatsApp groups where pastors were asking the members to raise money. So in the chat it said, "Morning Phoebes, so we have the official dates of our father's mission trip to Nigeria. I believe his trip is in our hands, so let's kickstart the planning by sorting out the flights. The flight tickets for our father and the small team of 4 of our brothers and sisters who will be going with him on this trip will cost £6,000. As 150 Phoebes and MLGN, if we can send £20 each this Friday, and next week the entire trip is covered. I know it's a huge push, but our small contributions of £5, £10, £20 will bring so much ease. That's why we are Phoebes. But I want us to know this is a very special seed, and it's by no means compulsory. Our Phoebe seed is now weekly, so this is included. If you would like to help make this mission trip real, let's start together. Whatever you can do, even if it's £1 towards this mission, let's do it as a collective. Love you all. Here's the details." So you see some of them responding to Mariam. One saying, "Yes, ma, top secret coded mission. We'll have something in the ground today." And then you have someone now saying, "CIA activated. I've got my £50 ready now." The next person said, "Yes, ma." And then someone else said, "Morning PM. And yes, I'll get that £50. And another person mentioned, "Yes, ma, we found my £50. So you can see how determined they are to give. And then you got someone else saying, "Ready, ma." This is sort of pressure. They can't say no because it's about PT. You guys have seen a lot of the videos, so you know how their members idolize PT. So can you imagine when the leader puts in a group chat, "We need to raise money for PT to go back to this mission"? Bear in mind that these guys have already been paying seed, which is the big salary that they give every end of the month. And then they have Phoebe seed, which is what they give weekly. And now on top of that, they're being pressured to pay for PT's flight to Nigeria with a few other members. So at this particular moment, most of them will be broke because they've given so much. And you've heard already people confessing that they've given 1k towards seed, and then the next day they have a SPAC leader calling them again saying, "We need to raise money for something else." So you're constantly raising money for a different cause. But why would you need to raise money for PT when this is a guy who is always dressed in designer? His watch alone, more than £10,000, £20,000. Like, his rent alone is probably more than 6k a month. But then you're still trying to pressure your members to raise money for him. 6k to raise for him. When this is a guy that brags about his wealth. This is a guy that takes the mick out of people's parents, saying that they don't have 5k in their bank accounts. So why should people raise more money for that guy after they're raising money for all the things going on at Spac Nation? It's quite ridiculous. But this was recently, by the way. So now we've got another message that I want to show you guys regarding the same situation. But this time, this message was actually sent in August, which means Spac have asked the members to raise money twice for PT. So let's go through this group chat. Mary mentions, "We all know PT is getting ready to go to Nigeria and the nations, so he needs a CIA team, Phoebes, to handle this. This means not much talk but much action. Example, I'll be booking his flight today and buying a few extra suitcases. This is a seed no Phoebe can miss. I need every Phoebe to find something to put in the ground. Ideal £50 each, but find something. Let's book his flight today. I'll be sharing lots of private initiatives. I'm hoping you can stay in this group. I would hate to see mobilization on such sensitive matters take place outside of your phone. GCS. I trust we can work like secret agents, and the account details is revealed at the end of this." Then Mariam sends another message the following day saying, "Good morning, Phoebes. How's the fight? Are we still pushing for this? Who sent for their share of the flight?" Then some people responding saying, "Morning, ma. Sending on Friday, not missing out." Someone else said, "Sending today, ma." So in the space of 4 months, they have asked the members to raise money for PT to go back to Nigeria with a few of his members 2 times now. What happened to the money they raised the first time? That's what they need to answer. What happened to the money they raised the first time? And why is PT relying on his church to raise money again for him to go to Nigeria, when everything he's getting is way more than enough? He's very smart because even though they've given a target of 6K, believe that every single pastor in that church will be putting in their WhatsApp group that they are raising money for PT. So they might say 6K, but 6K will be raised potentially by each group chat. That's how they operate. They're very smart because they make it look like it's only 6K. But behind the scenes, they know that if every member was to give £50, only God knows how much money they'll raise. So it's a strategic plan that they've put in place because they know that they already asked their members to raise too much money already. Like I mentioned, for seeds and the Phoebe seed, so they've got weekly seed that they give, and then they've got the end of the month seed, which is basically everything that they have. And then now they've been asked again to raise money for this guy. And this is the second time in the space of 4 months. Why is that happening? And you heard what Mariam said in August. You need to behave like secret agents. So basically, don't talk about it. Do not expose it. Do not tell this to anybody. Why? What's the secrecy? Why are they so afraid for the world to know that PT is going back to Nigeria if he's supposed to be going for a mission? Why is it so secretive? Again, this is because it's a cult. The end is near, so they're going to try and profit from every possible situation there is. You've seen them empty the bank accounts for his birthday in November. You've seen them raise possibly the highest amount of money in recent months, and their December giving will be their biggest giving of all because they know that their leader is going back to Nigeria. So what they're going to try and do, they're going to try and take money from their members every single week. They're going to apply so much pressure because behind the scene, he is giving them a target and he knows how much. He's probably trying to go back to Nigeria with probably £1 million raised. That's probably his plan. So they're going to do everything possible to do that. But this is very worrying because once PT goes back to Nigeria in the next few months, expect a lot of the trap houses to be closed because raising money is going to become more difficult. A lot of people are going to leave. A lot of exposing is going to continue. And probably some of the big members might potentially leave and expose, who knows. But we know that some of them rely on PT so much. So PT not being there will be quite dangerous. And we all know that he's going with some members, which is what Jim Jones in real life did with his members, and we all know what happened. So God forbid the same scenario happens, but we all know he's going to try and get his members to fly over to Nigeria. But in the next few episodes of Exposing PT, we will break down everything and continue to link it to why Spac Nation is a cult.